Lamb and potato curry on the go today. This is banging, absolutely delicious. I love this one. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. So here I've got my lamb. I'm using leg of lamb. It's been cut up into nice kind of sized pieces. A little bit of bone in there, a tiny amount of fat, but mostly meat. I've got about 500 grams there, which is about a pound. 2 cups of tomatoes chopped, fresh tomatoes. About 3 cups here, or roughly the same amount in volume as the meat of potatoes. I've peeled them and again cut them in a very similar fashion and size to the meat. Fresh chili, entirely up to you what you want to put in. I've got kind of 4 regular size green chilies. 1 cup of onion, 1 tablespoon of garlic ginger paste, which is a 50-50 mix of the two. In there I've got 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds. And today, which is very unusual for me, I'm actually using a curry powder. I got this curry powder when I was in India recently. It is absolutely amazing. So use the curry powder. I've got about a tablespoon there, or if you're regular to the show, you know I'm going to say use the big 4, which is equal parts, about a teaspoon each of turmeric, chili, coriander and cumin powders. But that is just so beautiful. I'm going to leave a link at the end on how to make that. We're going to start this off with some oil. We're going to add a few other little tiny bits, but let's get moving. So you're going to need a large pan or a kind of wok type thing like I have here. I've got some oil in there, 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using a sunflower oil. Think about coconut oil or mustard oil, be really nice in there as well. Coconut especially. The cumin seeds go in. The heat's on, just put it on now, just for a few seconds. I'm just going to let them do their thing in that oil. Don't ever skip this stage, because what's going to happen is those seeds are going to infuse the oil and give it a lovely flavor. Only takes a few seconds while the heat's going through it. And if you want to get some other whole garam masala in there, get some cinnamon stick in there if you want some green or black cardamoms. Up to you where you want to go with that. I'm just going with these cumin seeds. And then we're going to add our meat. And in that goes. Not too much fat. A few little bones and that in there. So we're on an above medium heat, and we're going to go for about 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm going to be moving this around fairly often. So we're about 5 minutes in. We're now going to add 1 cup of the onion. I'm going to add some salt while I'm here. And my fresh chili. The amount is entirely up to you. Let's go for about another 3 or 4 minutes, staying on this above medium heat and stirring fairly often. Next up, we're going to go in with that tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, which, like I said, is a 50-50 mix of the two. You can buy it in jars if you want. You can make it yourself like we do, because we just use so much of it. Really fabulous, really fabulous this is going to be. Just get that in the mix. Then we're going to go with our 2 cups of tomatoes. Try and use a nice ripe juicy tomato. To that we're now going to add that beautiful curry powder. And we're going to go about 5 or 6 minutes, I think now. What we want is those tomatoes to break down and give off, hopefully, some moisture. We're well on our way. Give it a stir every now and then. So you can see I've got a fair amount of moisture from those tomatoes, and they've broken down. I made a really lovely gravy or masala for us. We're now going to drop in those potatoes, and I'm just going to get some water, top this up a little bit. I'm going to lower the heat just a little bit, not too much, just to kind of a medium now. And I'm going to go for about 8 minutes. And by the way, I've used quite a nice cut here of meat. This is a nice kind of leg. If you're using some sort of mutton or something, you'd need to be cooking this a bit longer. About 8 minutes. Want those potatoes to be cooked and it to reduce down a little bit more. Then we're pretty much done. And look at that, fabulous, really good. Reduced down really nicely. Potatoes are really nice and soft, as you can see. I'm breaking them there. Check that for salt. Off goes the heat. If you want some cilantro or coriander in there, I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to go have a nice pinch of garam masala powder, which is a beautiful sort of finishing spice. Really lovely. That stuff there. Little stir, and that's done. Delicious. Okay, and there we have it. Job done. Really, really super. Like I said, I've used a nice cut of leg of lamb there. If you had something kind of a bit tougher, like a bit of mutton or something, just cook it, you know, probably twice as long, in fact. But that's delicious. I hope you enjoy that. I'll see you soon. Keep safe. Keep well. Lots of love.